Hello my ArtPandasTique viewers, how are you guys? It's been a while. So this video is going to be a big deal for me because this is like my first time. I want to give you the good news that I recently just saved a Syrian hamster. Basically, how the story goes is that the other day I was looking for a PSP that I've been longing to play again because it's been so long. I just want that nostalgia back for myself, and I couldn't find the PSP that I was looking for on Amazon because some of them are mostly out of stock, and then and then one of my friends, Candace, make sure to follow her on Instagram here. I remember when we had about a year ago, I guess. I just remember that she told me that there's like this app called Offer Up, and that app is like you can sell and buy any random stuff there. Mostly those stuff there are going to be like electronics and stuff. So I was like, okay, let me give it a try. I downloaded the app and I was so glad that I did because I ended up finding a PSP that I was like looking for, but it was the very first edition. I think it was the PSP 1000, but the one that I had before in my childhood was PSP 3000. But yeah, skip to that part. So I got the PSP and then I decided to look for games. So I was looking for games. It was not on Amazon as well. When I was looking for games, I saw like a picture of a hamster, and it shocked me because my friend Candace told me that the Offer app doesn't allow any pets or live animals. Buying those for the app, so they don't allow that. I clicked on it, and at first I was so mad because why would you use this app when it says clearly that you can't post anything about live animals and stuff like that. And then I decided to just like try to look deeper into the post, and this is the post that I was talking about. So basically I was like looking at the picture and it shocked me very much because, well, if you guys know hamsters so well, you know what I'm talking about, and you know why I'm so shocked, and you know why I got so mad about this post. Because, well, for you guys, if this is like your first time watching me, let me just tell you why. Because hamsters needs to be in one cage. They need their own cage, and this cage is really small. So I'm just like so shocked because like, why? That's when I decided to like look into the post more, and then I read the description. They sounded like they're good people, so for me, I reached out for them, and this is the screenshot of our conversation. I'm not gonna put every conversation, but this is like the screenshot of it, the first screenshot. I reached out to them, and then they said that they're siblings, so brothers and sisters. For their story, they told me that they got those hamsters from a cruel breeder because the breeder was breeding 40, all 40 of them. So they decided to rescue 20 because that's what they can do. And in that meantime, they couldn't wait for any suitable cages because the situation that the hamsters are in from the breeder is just so horrible. That's why they had to rescue the hamsters. So I think as of for now, I think they still have 16. So they successfully found people who has suitable cages. They also do their research, but I can still tell that they're still new about this. That's why I decided to come into their life, because I also know more about hamsters and I've been experienced with them, especially when they're handling dwarf hamsters. The next thing that happened, we kind of gotten close because I've been helping them with the supplies of the hamsters and stuff like that, and they were so thankful about it, and we just clicked like that, and next thing you know, we're just like friends. We're all friends, and it's just how it started. And then this is where the story of the Syrian hamster Jiùyuán is Chinese in rescue. I just thought of translating it in Chinese because I'm part Chinese too, so I don't know, like it just sounds good to me. The story for Jiùyuán So it was the friends that I met on OfferUp, the ones that I was like helping out with the supplies and stuff. Their names are Thayas and Tony. So I'm more close to Thayas because she's the one that I've been talking to the most. I'm also close to Tony, but Tony is a little bit quiet, but I understand. Like, I'm an extrovert and I know how introverts are, so I understand and I respect his space. Anyway, so for Thayas, she messaged me on IG and she told me about this post that she also saw on OfferUp. And when she showed me the post, she was like, I know this cage is so small for a Syrian hamster. And when I saw the post, I was like, oh my god, I just had that feeling that I had to do something. That's why I told her to get the information from the guy, and then she gave me the information. She also gave me the link, and then that's when I stepped in and talked to the guy who was giving up the Syrian hamster. So that's when I decided to rescue the Syrian hamster, because the state that she was in, like, just look at this picture. Look, first of all, look at the food bowl that she has in the cage. That's crazy. That's really crazy. Like, I was just so speechless when I saw the picture, because I know how stressful that is for the hamster, for Jiùyuán basically, and it was heartbreaking for me. That's why I just like kept on my spirit for rescuing her. And what I'm mad about is the price as well. It's $35. Like, commonly for hamsters, adoption fee is mostly $5 to $15, but $35, like, really? I mean, I understand that the cage is a part of it too, for the offer bowl or whatever you call it, but $35, that's too much. So to me, I'm like, okay, I think the owner is like, more into money or whatever. So in the back of my mind, I'm like, okay, let me just try to negotiate or bribe the guy who wants to give up on the Syrian hamster. So offered him $45 for everything, just to like, push away other people who are interested for the Syrian hamster. And it worked, because it's just how it is. Let's be realistic about this. Money talks. That's what I'm talking about. That's why I just used that method for the guy, and it works. So I'm glad that it worked, and I'm glad that I was able to rescue Jiùyuán. So the guy was being cooperative, and that's a good news for me, because at least I'm also thankful he decided to just like sell the Syrian hamster instead of like just throwing it away immediately outside in the wild or whatever, and let it die or whatever. But yeah, I'm just thankful that Thayas was able to find that post, and I was able to rescue Jiùyuán. So moving forward, I don't drive yet, so that's like a big problem for me when I was like thinking how to pick up Jiùyuán. One of the reasons that I offered $45 to the guy is that if he can like drop off the hamster at my house, and unfortunately he couldn't do it, which is understandable, because the guy's like an hour and 14 minutes away from me. So that's when I asked 26 people my IG for help, and all of them turned me down because of personal reasons. But some of them also wanted to help me. The thing is, their personal reasons are just in the way, like their car broke, and one of my friends also had their surgery. It's just so crazy. And then one of my friends are also like, they couldn't get their car because they let their parents drive her car. One of my friends are also like out of the state. So yeah, personal reasons basically. At that time I was like trying to be optimistic, because like it was so heartbreaking. Then I just thought to myself, asking like, how am I gonna rescue Jiùyuán? A miracle happened, which is my dad went home early the other day. On that day, on that day, like around afternoon, like he went home early. So I was like thinking, should I ask my dad? Because usually when I ask stuff to my parents, they just say no, or they tell me that they're tired from work, which is understandable. But at this time, my situation, that situation that I'm in, I just had to ask my dad because like this is the chance that I can get, and I had to take it. So I asked my dad, hoping that he will say yes. And I'm glad that day that he went home early. He didn't had any errands to do, and he wasn't really tired at work because they didn't really had stuff to do that much than the usual. He asked me about the distance, and I told him that it's an hour and 14 minutes away, and he was like having second thoughts at first, but in the end he said yes because my little brother's the one who's driving anyway. So yeah, and I decided to just like pay the gas for my little brother's car and whatever. So that is how Jiùyuán's rescue's journey started. As of for now, I'm still saving up for Jiùyuán's suitable enclosure, and I also printed some. This is his photo right here. And let me show you guys what's the actual size of the cage that she was in. It's just so wrong when I saw the posts. Let me just get it. Alright, so I got the cage that Jiùyuán was in before, and just look at this, like, oh my god, like just look at that. It's so small. It's so small. This is like almost the size of a 10-gallon tank. And was like looking at the bars of the cage. Look at this part. Just look at that part. Oh. Can you just imagine how stressful this is for Jiùyuán? Like this, that's the signs that she's stressed out for 3 months. Oh my god, because she's been with them for 3 months. The cage is also like so flimsy. And then for the football, this is the one that I was talking about. I kind of laughed when I was like washing it because they decided to like, so this is the football, and this is plastic. It's actually a hard plastic. They decided to like use a glue gun to like stick the football in here. Oh my god, like seriously. And then also look at the slides. Look at the slides. Like, do you know how big a Syrian hamster is? Like, she can get stuck into this. Like, it's so dangerous. When I was able to pick up Jiùyuán from the guy, we were in the car, and I just can see I still can like see how stressed she was. So she was here on top. She was like doing the monkey barring. She was also doing the bar chewing, which is one of the signs for stress. The bedding that they use for her is actually the toxic one. It's the cedar bedding, and it was just so stressful for me. And then that's when I asked my older brother to like buy me the paper bedding, because like we didn't have the time to buy the bedding because we were still in the freeway. So what's on my back is actually a 40-gallon tank, which is still not suitable for a Syrian hamster. It's only for a dwarf hamster, because Syrian hamsters needs a bare minimum of 800, I believe 600 to 800 square inches of floor space. But many of the Syrian hamster owners who are experienced recommends around 900 square inches of floor space, because they are bigger. That's when I was also planning on buying the Night Angel enclosure. The thing is, it's always getting out of stock. That's why I had to Jiùyuán into the 40-gallon tank for now. Let me guys show you the comparison of the cage that Jiùyuán was in for 3 months and comparing it to the 40-gallon tank. So just look at that, like, look at the difference. I decided to keep this cage that Jiùyuán was in for 3 months because of educational purposes. So I'm going to make another video of how important it is to follow the cage requirement measurements for hamsters. So as of for now, I'm still observing her. I don't really see any aggressive behavior anymore because the taming process is going well, and she lets me hold her, touch her whenever she comes out of her burrow area. As of for now, I'm still providing Jiùyuán's supplies, and one of her supplies is actually a hideout from Night Angel. Let me guys show you. So this is the hideout that I got for Jiùyuán from Night Angel, and this is how it looks like under. So yeah, that's the story of me rescuing a Syrian hamster. And Jiùyuán is actually my first Syrian hamster, so I was really excited when I was like rescuing her, because I'm more experienced with dwarf hamsters, and right now I'm just like comparing a lot of them, the differences and stuff like that, and it's just so fascinating for me because I love to learn about new things, and learning about Jiùyuán and her being a Syrian hamster is very interesting to me, and I just love it. Like, I love the experience, and I'm just thankful that I was given this opportunity to have this experience. I want to inspire you guys that if you can do something about it, because like I said, I'm just like a normal college student, and me being able to do this stuff is a big thing for me. And so if you guys can do what I'm doing, try to do it, and yeah, try to also share this video to send some inspiration. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Follow me on my IG at ArtPandasTique, and if you guys have questions about hamsters, feel free to DM me on IG, because that's where I'm more active from. And hope to see you guys soon. And I'm also editing some more videos, so I'll be back every month. Don't worry about it. Bye.